lot, because sometimes you get to miss on time and don't do much. So today I said at least I'll do 2 videos on edutainment for us, 1 video for Life Saga, and 1 video for Music Hills. I won't get time for English moral stories, because that one needs a lot of time. You have to create a story, you have to put an audio, you have to do a lot of editing. But we are together in this. However slow it will go, one step at a time, for sure. Hey, David Jr. always says, flow with the vibe. Of course, I love these people, guys. Why not? I'll tell you why I love them. And I only comment on maybe some negatives that they should improve on, and maybe other people can avoid maybe saying or doing. But I don't hate them for any reason. Why should I hate them? They are very progressive. And of course, they inspire a lot of people. Yeah, so don't see me talking in any way and believe that I have any hatred. I disclaim that. I don't have any hard emotions towards them. So guys, let's go towards the social commentary here. So let's start with the first, based on the title. Of course, you saw the title is ROCIO, you can do better. Now, when I start with that, somebody will be like, do better what? Of course. In what? How? Why? Why am I concerned? I'm concerned because if you watched that video when ROCIO was in a plane from Nyabohanse Wilson Airport to America, she was so emotional talking about dreams and the fact that she feels like time has flown and she has not achieved the dreams she wanted. So when I do a commentary, it's because possibly I'm just doing a support from my perspective and talking about it, because that is my way of actually maybe enhancing her works. So when I talk about her, of course, people go and watch. And when I talk about her, maybe some people look at what she's doing and feel like we can also do the same. So don't judge me. Yeah, even when you come here and think, why are you talking negative? I don't like talking negative. What I always do is to point out some gaps and just say, go, girl, go. So ROCIO, I watched a video you did here. Let's start from there. You did another video, if you can remember. By that time, you had only 5.88 subscribers. Of course, I'm lower than that. I don't brag, but I know I'll be getting there. In this video, for those who missed it, this is what she did. And I want you to look at it. And so that's why I'm saying, ROCIO, you can do better, right? That's why I'm saying that. She's a mother, she's a singer, and she's content creator. All of us know that. Regardless of some people saying that she's not she's not a singer, I believe she is, just like I am. Even if I have not come out to sing my songs, I've sung some few. I've also done, composed a lot. Some of my songs or even poems have been used at international or national levels, and I've been paid some coins somewhere. And for some, I still hold the royalties because I did them, and I still need to enhance. If you go to my channel known as Music Hills, you'll understand what I'm talking about here. In fact, yesterday I did one song on political situation in Kenya, but I did not put my face there. So guys, when I'm talking about this, I understand what I'm talking about. And I'm not bragging, guys, because I know some of you out there who watch me are bigger than this. So guys, subscribe to my channel. Give me a like if you come by. I'll be so happy. Ethic G. Play is fun. Says monkey. What do you mean? Monkey. Okay. So guys, let's watch ROCIO, or Ro Cabrera. Now she has a mission for her channel, and of course she came about talking about the fact that she's going to score. She's learned a lot. Of course, very important when you sit down. When you sit down, sometimes you just have to reflect into what you've achieved and what you need to achieve. So TJ, ATG Plays, that name is a bit difficult to say sometimes. RTG Plays Fun. RTG plays fun. All right. Thank you for coming on board. I believe you are the one who has given me like, and I really appreciate that. We have 6 more people coming. Give me a like, subscribe to my channel, and let's go through this reaction. Reaction is a very interesting field, by the way, in YouTube. Now, let's look at ROCIO. She did something a year ago. Let's look at this. Of course, it's somebody's song, but let's look at what she did here. This is what she did, right? Ain't No Sunshine by Bill with us. And I know, 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 hey, gonna leave your thing alone. But ain't no sunshine when she's gone. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone. Only darkness every day. Yeah, so guys, if you watched that song, we would go to the original, and if you are a judge, tell me if you would give me her marks or not. Because I always adjudicate music festivals and all those things. And what I understand from what I'm watching, yeah, what I understand is that ROCIO can do better. Because from the singing, if you compare to the original, her singing was quite good, right? Only that she might have been shy. No wonder she closed her eyes so much. But if she just opened her eyes and faced the camera all through and sang, guys, she can do better, right? She can do better. Let's get to another, of course, when she was leaving Mexico a year ago and landing in the hands of Iman Marwa and later on now. Now remember, let me play this for you. I came for the people. Now, after ROCIO has gone to different, and you know, at some point I began watching another ROCIO Cabrera and realized it's not her because she's a bit young. I watched another ROCIO Cabrera, but this one she calls herself Ro Cabrera because already ROCIO Cabrera was a name taken, so she decided to use that one. So guys, I started this video streaming earlier than usual so that I don't seem to be always late for whatever I'm doing. Now, let's get to what ROCIO was saying earlier, and that is why I told her, you can do better. You can do better. I know she can do better, right? I'm not pessimistic. Once somebody manifests, yeah? Once somebody manifests, you know, like sharing what they think they can do, I believe they can do. And they can do better if they decide. Now, let's get to see. There's a video yesterday, for those who have not watched. ROCIO came about talking, and she said that she has had dreams. And when she came from London and she was sick, of course, that part yesterday, you saw me making a video asking who is failing. And I asked, is it ROCIO that failed? Because they came from London, they were, you know, a bit of affected by the journey. They were sick. And when they came, she just began to take some pills before she went to hospital. And the sickness, you know, like it really got them down. So that even during the time they were having international visitors in the villa, she was not excited, and it created a lot of fuss among the reactors, right? Some saying she was not happy, some saying she was creating rules and all that. And of course, when you go deep into the story, we didn't have any evidence to prove that she didn't like the visitors. Now, let's hear her here. Let's hear her from this point so that we can go on to talk about what is this she can do better.
I'm very emotional, but in a few years I've been learning am trying to put on practice to be more emotionally intelligent. Try to react with emotions less, but sometimes it's just too much, and I come back to my true nature, which is being an emotional woman, um, and let myself be possessed by all types of emotions. And even though I honor every single emotion that I feel, sometimes they are very tough on me. So no, I didn't pick my camera. Um, I really needed to be inward. I was very satisfied with all the hard work I put during my travel because I took it as a work trip.
Yeah, so guys, I'm telling you that if you want to understand that ROCIO can do better, go back to her journey and even before. Before the journey, she had fewer subscribers, and her target was to have at least 50,000 subscribers. And of course, she went up to 41,000 subscribers. You can check for yourself to know how many she had earlier. Remember, she was a mother. And many of us were like, how do you travel with a baby on the streets of London, going to all the way to German and all that? But she did it, right? So which means she can prove us wrong. Or rather, she can prove herself right. Let's talk positive, right? So, while sitting in her villa, or rather villa, as others refer to, she reflects into her life. Of course, everybody reflects. I don't know if there are those who don't. So she reflects about her life and she thinks that she should do more. And of course, that's why I'm saying, yeah, Rocio, you can do better. You can do better, of course. Because if you made it to travel all to London and all those Brazil, what is, oh my God, let me not struggle. And she got to have people following. She was so strong walking on the street, something we can't make it. For me particularly, I can't make it carrying a baby all those days on the streets. Running up and down, I would just break down. I have some energy, but the energy for that is not actually there. I would prefer maybe having somebody with a baby somewhere as I move around, or maybe having a baby in a stroller or something, so that my chest would hold just me, and I would have an ability. Maybe carrying on the back also could be another way. So she really proved that she's strong moving in the series. If you have a different view, you can actually drop it here. I don't have a problem with that. Yeah, I always impress that. So, guys, she went around and moved all over the places. She took a lot of videos. Most of us made a lot of comments about what she did. We did reactions telling her, remember to warmly dress Maisha, remember to take Maisha slowly, remember to carry Maisha better, remember the food Maisha will. We kept commenting up to the time she came back. And of course, when she came back to the villa, people were like, why didn't she go attend to her tooth? And she never rushed into that until, is it yesterday or the previous day? So, Rocio, that's why I'm saying you can do better. You can do better because you are a strong woman. Regardless of being Argentina, most of us believe or rather think that you can be weak, but you didn't show your weakness. Now, let's come here. Yesterday, for those who watched Maisha, Maisha was a bit of still struggling, but now today you can see this.
Situation, with tears, with not so good feelings. I will have to make decisions that will change my life a lot. But I know I'm doing all of this for my future self because I know where I want to go. I know where I want to be. I know what type of person I want to be. And also I have learned that when you have a child and you always question what is the best thing for my child, I'm also.
So guys, if you've been watching reactors around, I always bring the reactors because I belong to that group. So reactors have always been saying maybe Rocio is not so much putting the child on the front line. Others have been feeling like ROCIO is more focused on herself. Others have been feeling like ROCIO is in the villa because of the villa and the money Marwa has. None of that do I know. Until she says it, I won't make any assumptions for her because she knows better, guys, right? She knows better. I can't make any assumption for her. So guys, as later in this video, we will see ROCIO getting to move around looking for a place to perform, right? And the reason why I said she can do better, I want you to focus at this part here. This part here.
There's privacy. There's a lack of privacy in this place that I don't even know what to say about it. Okay, let me see if I manage with a spot here. Actually, what I have in my mind works. Or I would have to record tomorrow morning when everybody's at school and probably there's no one. Because it's like almost like 5 kids are looking for firewood, so that's why there's a lot of kids in the forest and everywhere. But I really wanted.
So guys, remember, ROCIO has gone about, walking across the river. They call it YouTube River in Nyabohanse. She's gone about the garden, and she's not just satisfied of where to do this from. I would say if she wanted to do, maybe the inside the villa would be the best place, or even if it's the gardens, she would then find Angomo or somebody to tell them go away. And maybe, Marwa, you can now build a studio for your wife within the villa or allocate that and place all the instruments because that is her dream, right? That is the dream she's chasing. And when I hear her talking about I know who I want to be, I understand because when we grapple around ideas so much, when we feel like we are late on our dreams, remember she's not in her 20s, like the sister-in-law, MWANGO. And maybe if I compare the two, she has not achieved as much. And this has is one of the things that has sparked a lot of reactions from reactors comparing here and there. And so maybe you can do a studio for her in that house and build, bring people to also support, because music requires a lot of support in terms of just teaching one thing here and there. And also even the recording, because I've tried this recording on your own. Sometimes it doesn't bring the perfect thing that you really want. And like when you bring in music experts to support you, when you go to the studio, sometimes it does better. So there's a time I took students to just record one of my songs in the studio and it went very smoothly. There's a time I've struggled with some students to do song and we record on our own and it has not come out perfectly as I would wish. If you go to Music Hills TV, the YouTube channel, you will actually see what I'm talking about here. Yeah, so I saw her struggling about going around the villa and the environments just to find a private place. And she went around and she was saying, I'm very shy and she doesn't want people to hear what she's doing. Of course, most times it happens when you are practicing something or even making content. You need an environment where you're comfortable and you feel like when you talk, somebody will not be somewhere giggling or looking at you with questions or wondering what you're talking about. You always need that privacy that will give you the freedom to speak without stopping, hesitating, or, those kind of environments. So let's hear more from here. But then this is what made me say you can do better. And in this situation, I don't know whether I'm blaming her for not doing what she should do. I don't know whether I should blame the privacy that should be provided, of course, by her and her husband, Marwa, or whether it is by the society. Now, a funny thing in Africa, sometimes you see a one Muzungu in an environment, people will keep staring at you. Sometimes even not a Muzungu. If you are more light-skinned than many people around you, they'll keep looking at you strangely. Yeah, I had a cousin who is very light-skinned, and one day she got to be married in a specific home. She complained that people would even stalk her when she's bathing, just wanting to see how she looks like. So then I'm imagining ROCIO in Nyabohanse with these young people who are so curious. Kids are on half term anyway. So should she push her mission to a time when students are back to school, or should she go on? And I think I can still tell her, you can do better. How? You can decide even to invite them, but you give them rules and you tell them to be quiet totally, and you do your thing. And of course, once you're used to that, you'll continue releasing more songs than waiting, because time is a factor on its own. You can never borrow time, you know. What I understand is time is not a renewable resource, and if you have a goal and you have set it, you need to achieve it. For example, if you decide that I'm going to release 2 songs in a month, you just have to do it. And therefore, these people who are staring will not stop because you are in Nyabohanze forever. They'll keep even climbing on walls. Yeah, you will not stop them. And even if CCTVs will be in the villa, they'll not be all over. And even if they are there, they will not stop them, because they are not even stalking to attack you, but they are just interested in what you're doing. So just imagine yourself on stage and go on with your stuff without worrying. So let's listen to her again and see how she got
do this today,
so stressed.
I'm ready today for it, but okay. This is absolutely the most honest behind the scenes that you can see about content creation. I hear voices, there's people on the other side.
Look at that.
I'm waiting to see if they actually go, because at the moment I start singing, I was even claiming this one.
Yeah, just go on,
And
girl.
that should be okay. I should have no problem.
Yeah, you should not have a problem.
Let them hear. But it's just I get very shy here. You know,
Don't be shy. You can do better.
Where I'm singing in a place and I'm like ready for that. But when I'm doing this type of things, I don't even know if I can step there. My idea, this is my spot. My idea is like to be standing here. I don't even know if I can.
So guys, you see, she had already chosen where to do her music from. She had a scene. She has already sung earlier. Of course, you do sing behind the scenes. You master whatever you're doing now. You go somewhere, maybe you're just miming, and you record, and then you add in your audio part, all that. So you can see how she's struggling. So I feel like she needs a team. Just like Marwa has a team that helps him in construction. Cabrera, Rowe, you need a team to help you in your music. And this one, you can be supported by your fans. You can be supported by Marwa if he believes in you and what you're doing. Because I saw the struggle and I was like, even if you had some team here to help you, like hold the camera, place for you that phone well so that they can wipe for you. They can even help you pick the scene, because I didn't see that part really suiting. Even if water is streaming down, I didn't see it as very suitable. That's why you at first went to the river, then came here. So let's look at it. And I will welcome you for your ideas. If you coming on board, feel free to contribute.
I actually should get a stick and see how deep is this. I'm so risky sometimes. And things to happen. Let me find a stick. No, it's very deep. There's no way I can step there. I'm always complementing the colors of nature in a way that I even dare to do things like this just for a go follow me.
You see that struggle? She's a bit of worried, scared. Now remember, the baby is sleeping also. Now, you saw Cabrera or ROCIO struggling a lot, wiping her camera, looking for where she can step. And she wanted a specifically kind of waterfall, right? In fact, in Kenya, there are so many places with waterfalls. Yeah, even Bogoria. Get to Thika Road, we have one place. And I know, even in this Nyabohanse River, the YouTuber river, she would have got a very good scenery if she had a team to assist her. So that's why I'm just insisting. With 41,000 subscribers and I think your viewership every day, you can do better. Cabrera. See how she's struggling there. Look at her now miming. Yeah, so she's actually miming her song. But if you look at that scene, however much it looks nature, it's not quite the best. She can do better. She can give us a better touch, right? Now, I want you to come in this video. I want to show you a video after she did this. Now, this is what came out. This is what came out, right?
Who didn't have voice. My skin has been no colors, so I experiment more than once. The light that surrounds me every time I share my love. So I will speak for my ancestors, for they may have something to say. Remember your power. Remember who you are. You get all the answers when you listen to your heart. There's a reason for me to be here. That's the way that I want you to feel. If you shine and I shine, then we win. This is a reason on earth. Now we come back to love.
So, guys, you've seen actually behind the scene how ROCIO struggled and finally came out with her thing. Why am I saying she can do better? I think I've given you my reasons. She needs a team to support her, not just in whatever she's doing, but maybe help her relax, you know. Like in music, you need therapists actually who should touch your heart, who should touch your mind, who should touch your comfort, and also you need experts to help you just polish some things here and there. Of course, she has the voice, yeah, but when I saw her struggling about with the camera, even picking a scene for her song, and fearing that people will be listening to her, I felt like she needs a team to be around just to support what she's doing. Maybe make her mentally feel comfortable. The more audience that will be listening to her before she goes to stage, or rather, even if it's the nature thing, yeah. Yeah, so that is it about ROCIO. Let's now turn to MWANGO. Of course, MWANGO legacy behind the villa.
Is back and
So, funny enough, when we talk about the villa, there are people who just feel like you're jealous. Why should you be jealous of somebody like this, you know? Why? Why should we be jealous when somebody is progressing? We can't be jealous. We can only maybe point out the issues in how she speaks, how she maybe talks about other people and all that. However, it is what it is. I don't even have to mind where you'll place me. But as for today, I decided to talk about the legacy of the villa. Given that you know how far MWANGO has come from. Being lucky she is that she had a brother who stood with her and showed her the way early enough. Yeah, it's not everybody that gets such a support. Sometimes you just grapple in the darkness and you don't know where to go. That is why You find that some people now, they're even in 40s, 50s, 60s, and they have not done much. Not because they didn't dream big, not because they didn't manifest big, not because they didn't want to, but they did not get the support they were to get. And maybe the one route they are using is more difficult than the other. Of course, for those who have done poetry, you know this poem that is called Road Not Taken. You know it? If you don't know it, I can take you through that poem. Road Not Taken by Robert Frost. I'll take you through that poem shortly. Yeah, it's a poem that I really love. I really, really love this poem. And the poem says, I'll be showing you as I read. The Road Not Taken, right? That is a poem by Frost. Frost says, two roads diverged in a yellow wood, and sorry I could not travel both. And be one travel long stood. Long I stood, and looked down one as far as I could, to where it bent in the undergrowth, right? Many of us have traveled on roads, and you find one is quite, you know, full of undergrowth. Another one is clear, and most people, of course, pick the clear road. Most people, even, in fact, may not choose for themselves. Parents will. Parents will tell you, go for this course, right? And when you come out, because you don't have capital, you don't have whatever, you will go for a career related to the same kind of route you picked. Few people pick routes that are not popular, not travel a lot. Now, stanza 2 Frost tells us, then took the other as just as fair, and having perhaps the better claim, because it was grassy and wanted wear. Though as for that the passing there had warned them really about the same, right? So he's telling us that he did not take that which had a little undergrowth. He took the grassy one, the one that needed people to walk on so that it could wear. This could be a career that very few people have gone for. So you pick it and start trying it out. And he says, and both the morning equally lay in leaves no step had trodden black. Oh, I kept the fast for another day. Yet knowing how way leads on the way, I doubted if I should ever come back. So Frost took a different path. One path that was less trodden, let's say a career that was less explored. And he spared the other career which everyone goes for another day. Yeah? Because he knew how it goes, but he wanted to try the other. But when he went to this unexplored career, he saw that maybe he could never come back to the other one. I shall be telling this with a sigh. Somewhere edges and edges hence, two roads diverged in the wood, and I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference, right? So guys, I'm using this poem not to bore you, but I'm just using to exactly say why some of us come out here giving a reaction towards DEE. We do so because we want to show her that it's not everybody that has not manifested to become greater. It's not everybody that has wished not to grow. It's not everybody that has gone the opportunity that everybody has. In Kenya, sometimes career people go because maybe they have been chosen by job. They have been chosen, by the family they come from. They have been chosen by their teachers or even parents. You've seen such situations in Kenya. Sorry, because I'm talking to even international audience here. Those will come to view my video. I know I have audience from all over the world. Yeah, so in some situation, that is what happens. So as she talks, maybe she should just be sensitive about these people because some of them really, really adore her. They really have inspiration from her. And they can't go back in their 20s or in their 10s and do what she has done or any other thing that they have wished to do because of situations. So, of course, we understand that in her life, she chose a road not taken because she had been guided by her brother. And of course, YouTube became something big for her. As you can see, she has a lot of subscribers, a lot of views every day. So sometimes when she comes saying that people will only get 2,000 views to react on her, people feel a bit that she's degrading them Because for whatever they do, even if they get 1,000 views or 200 or whatever, everybody has a way to start and get where they were. So guys, forgive me if I have offended you in any way, but let me proceed to tell you about the legacy of the villa. Of course, everybody is talking about the villa. Maybe some looking for the mistakes, but as for me here today, I'm here just to see what people are talking about here. And of course, one thing I learned was about the pillars. Yeah, I saw people talking about the pillars and how you should insist on the straightness of the corners within this. Before I get to minute 56, let's just get here. Let's just get here.
And the size.
Yeah. Yani fitting
That is Uncle Marwa inside Uncle Mo inside
kazi yake ni safi huyu.
inside it.
Na hao hizo wawili hapa wamenifanyia kazi nzuri.
Si ndio?
Huyu hapa ni yule kijana wa Bokema Sama yule. Anaitwa nani?
Hata huyu kazi yake ni safi sana. Tena anatoa mchanga wote, yani yeye.
Yule ni Dickson yuko pale mwisho.
Yani good job.
Akisema sisi tunafuta tukienda
Kabisa. Hiyo kazi yake ni safi sana.
Yeah, so of course you saw the pillar parts. That's one thing I learned about story houses, because as for me, I've not yet done a story. Then now let's see this one.
Hata nimnunulia chapati. Sio hata alikuwa amemaliza mapema. Yaani wale nimenunulia kwanza nilikuwa amemaliza, nikwambia good job. Wewe unafika tu, unafanya kazi imekuleta hapa, unaongoja malipo. Hivyo hivyo. Wewe unapewa gambut. Mimi napea tu watu gambut wenye watarudi kwa site. Na leo nakata unaziacha hapo. Kesho nakupa unavaa tunamalizana na wewe. Kwa sababu hao ndio nataka kila siku wanakuja kazi. Lazima. Good job.
Yeah, so of course the legacy starts with the of course the measurement. We saw that it should be perfect, the measurement. The other thing is that the approval of the the site design should be perfect. The other thing is that you should be very close to monitoring the workers there so that they do their work perfectly. You remember the other day, like 2 days ago, Mara was there insisting that if the workers will not remove everything, then they will not come back for the job. This is the part that DEE really feared. She said that she could not address men that easily and required a foreman like the brother to be so harsh and stern to workers. Obviously, in Africa, sometimes when you have workers on your job, some of them, unless you are so strict and be stern and insist, stand on your 2 feet, some of them will just joke around. If they know they are being paid at the end of the day, they'll wait for the money and go. But when you have maybe subdivisions knowing what each of them will do and insist on perfect work, then they'll do what is required. Now let's get to another thing that I heard from this video. I'm just collecting the legacies, at the first part.
Guys, it's official. Wow. And believable. My first dream is here. Turning. Guys, Mara is there with the green jacket. And I thank God because he does everything for me.
Yeah, it's not easy.
Yeah. Okay. Your third. Let us guys, my engineer is right there.
So the other thing that I also learned from this is having the specialists on the ground, right? So of course, here the engineer was present and the rest of the workers, the foreman and all that. The presence of tools as another legacy. And we saw in another video, DEE leaving to buy the protective measures like the gumboots. Of course, some workers will not want to buy that. They'll keep coming for work, they'll not buy. And as long as we wouldn't want to shout at them and on camera, it is always necessary that they come with protectives. Now, the step that DEE has decided in her video to do is to ensure that she buys the gumboots, brings them, and deducts money for at least 2 days from whatever they have to earn so that it caters for the gumboots. Now, of course, this deduction is done in 2 days so that they are able to go home with something at the end of the day. Now, of course, I know at the end of the day, reactors will be like, why this? Why it is a colonial way of working with workers, oppressive, but safety measures are very important everywhere at work. Yeah. In case these workers would be injured here, they have all the right to sue, all the right. But if they sue when they are already, well protected, then at least DMWANGO would be safe to say that even if this happened, we had tried these measures and what have you. So, of course, she's just washing her hands. We call it that way in Africa, washing her hands and letting the blame be elsewhere, not to her. Now, the other thing from the villa is that food has to be prepared here so that workers don't waste time going for lunch. That's another thing. And of course, these people now are eating a lot of maize here every day. And of course, sometimes tea is brought, they have to buy, right? And that happens in Africa. Unless you have few workers, you can prepare some food for them. Preparing for all these people for free would be quite a challenge. It would be very expensive again, remembering that this would be a construction that would take a whole year. So the legacy comes with a lot of complications.
I couldn't imagine a day like this, I could be doing this. But I guess God knew this day will come into a reality. So I thank him so much.
Now, the other legacy you realize about DMWANGO is reminding us all the time that it's God that has led her to where she is, of course, and her supporters. She keeps talking about her team, right? And we saw her, I want to show you one place. I want to show you one place when she went to the border market. And of course, she mentioned that she had done a great house for the parents, settled them before she goes for hers. No wonder even as maybe Karoti or any other person complained that she stays at her parents' place for too much, she can't have an answer to any of them because she understands she has done what she has to do. Now let's go to this as she leaves.
Yeah, enjoy the vlog, okay? Maybe today, if we get time, you teach Congrats Mom how to drive.
Yeah.
Congrats Mom should go to a driving school, DMWANGO. Now these are the gaps I talk about.
Enjoy the vlog, guys.
No, you can't tell Uncle Mo to
You wanted to do
teach your mother how to drive.
80 people. Almost that
The way he's so proactive, he wouldn't teach somebody properly how to drive.
Hey, those are the many people.
Yeah, guys, I have to work so hard. And
We are employing 100 people today.
we are also on Mandamano. We are just waiting for info. Only TV, okay?
Yeah, look at this. The legacy comes with seeking support too. Yeah, so guys, the legacy comes with seeking support. In this video, you can clearly see DMWANGO is insisting that if you have any support, offer, but she knows her boundaries. She understands that she understands that there are those who will not readily support her or they will talk ill about it. So what does she say? Let's hear her.
I can't wait for ngapi? Moja, mbili. Mbili peke yake. Guys, we are at the border.
Listen to her.
For the construction site. Also, would really like to get reflectors. Would like to get helmets and everything. Guys, for Team B, if you want to support me, I'll leave my brother's number, David Jr. WhatsApp number. You reach him out, then I'll get the info. Only Team B, okay?
Now, guys, that legacy comes with a lot of, you've got to have guts. I know today, at the end of the day, people are like crying and seeking support. Be sure of that. Only that I've done this video earlier, or else I would have brought the other reactors because I always love bringing them here, And I told you one day that maybe on YouTube, people should also teach us to perfect in this kind of seeking support. This is one of the hardest things, just to stand out and seek support. Very hard. I know that somebody says it's not wrong to seek support, but from how people take it, you know, I wish BBTV or Karoti or JT had reacted earlier, because I know for sure. I know for sure, or Coco Mama, the way they'll be reacting later in the evening, they'll be like crying and borrowing all over, seeking support and giving the numbers of the brother. Professional beggars. And I think that is what they'll be saying. But then I leave it to you. Is it wrong to seek support when you're doing such a project from your team? Is it wrong? Does it prove that you are bankrupt, or rather you don't have enough, or you are not good to go for the project? Does it? Of course, people in Nyaboanza are benefiting a lot from these donations. You saw yesterday, was it David Jr. distributing a lot in the village, from the children's department to one boy in the village who is studying, to another lady, and even to Mayugno. And of course, I believe that these people are not thriving only through views, but they are thriving through seeking support. And of course, if you have philanthropic people out there willing to support, why not? I've seen David Wafula, for example, on his channel, Likwani, who does political analysts, and many other YouTubers. They always place a number and say that if you wish to support this channel, then seek or reach me on this number, which I think is a free thing to do. In fact, whoever gives his money here is not forced. If you freely feel like you can support someone to grow, why not? Yeah, so let's go deep into it and see another legacy. So the legacy behind the villa, seeking support, is legal. Having brothers, or rather people whom you can trust as 4 people, to stand with you in the project is also legal. Being strict about the measurements and the workers is another thing. Calculating your economics on how to feed the workers there, another one. Ensuring that protective aspects are followed, another one. Now let's go deep into it. I saw something here that I wanted to talk about before I forget.
Imefika? Imefika.
Hii kona na hii kona. Unaona amesiranti hivi. Ile iko sawa. Hapa kati ile iko sawa. Ile iko sawa.
Nakubaliana na yeye?
Hii na hapa hivi.
Haya.
Uisha.
Sawa. Mimi naona kazi imeisha. Wamebaki tu wachache.
Timu yenye imebaki ni ile yenye imechimba, inasema inachimba pila sita yenye inaonekana.
Hii ya pila sita hii.
Hii ndio inaonekana, hiyo pila sionekana.
1 2 3 4 5. Sinaona watu wako 5 hapa. Sasa
ndio tukumbuka haanza kuruhusu.
acha nipigie Boke niletee ile juice. But atakuwa tu sawa.
Okay.
Engineer, what do you think about the foundation?
Foundation,
Like, is it very strong?
yeah, it is very strong. Very strong.
Very strong.
Very strong.
My engineer says my foundation is the best. Because of
So guys, that is MWANGO for you. She has to tell you here, it tells us it's the best, you know. That is her way of speaking anyway. I'm becoming used to it because I keep watching her videos, and as I've told you early, I get inspired in one way or the other. Though I've already done some things in my 20s also. Some things. Yeah, and I'm proud of that. Yeah, so guys, let's get forward and
the marrow.
move ahead.
Hata ningejua
Because of the service.
because of the service. Okay. Thank you, engineer. Because nana nilinunua hili. Sina nimepata double.
No.
Eh?
Kununua hii sio shida. Because when we be backfilling,
We'll need more. So this plus the train go to countries like Uganda, sleep in the bus stations
Now,
only.
I want us to get some legacy behind why sometimes MWANGO talks as she
And this
does.
is the shape of the pool.
Now today, remember there was some guy from, is it Rwanda or Burundi? Burundi,
This is the shape of the swimming pool.
who stays in India.
Yeah. Ebu engineer, sikia hayo mambo ya huyu. Because imagine how me I sacrifice for myself. Me a woman.
Yeah, so guys, see what MWANGO will tell you. No wonder she talks about she doesn't have an answer to anybody. There's this man from Burundi. I don't want to say his name because he has said it a lot here. Of course, when you go to check on maybe Mura, you'll understand. Now here the guy is complaining that he traveled on a bus and he came up to Nyabohanze, he's tired and he wants to rest for 2 days before he can hit the road. Now MWANGO challenges him, telling him that for her, even though she was a woman, she would travel to Uganda, and once she arrives, the next day she's on the streets shooting. Different colors, same people. Different colors, same people. So this MWANGO, one thing she does not spare you. So guys, so let's go to this discussion and listen. Maybe I'll be showing you too.
Woman, I meet strangers. I keep going. I sleep in buses. I sleep in bus stations. I sleep. Imagine.
But I cannot lie to you. It is hard. You did the hard work, but I will do it.
There's no shortcut. There's no shortcut.
For sure, you have to take the credit. You did a great job.
No, I know for sure I work so hard.
Yeah.
There's nothing easy. You know how it is.
Yes.
For you to sacrifice and go everywhere and create content and publish until you get where you are, it's not. If it was easy, let everybody go and do it.
Yeah, you see.
You know?
I'm telling you to come here. I was planning from 2021, but
2021.
Because of my studies, sometimes I come. You are traveling. I come to Africa when you are abroad. I go, you come back.
Yeah.
And
so when are you planning to start your YouTube channel?
Tomorrow I start generating new video. I have 2 YouTube channels already. KCDO International.
Choose one and focus a lot. The vlogs every day.
Yeah, I want to now do the vlog, but that YouTube channel, KCDO International only, this is for music. First, people should know that I'm a singer, so I surprise them. Tomorrow they will say, hey, you shift vlogging, now you are doing music.
Okay.
But, yeah, or I will do both for them.
Okay.
Yeah. For sure, support me, subscribe my channel, please. I really
So guys, if you're wondering who is speaking,
but
just
me, I
see
think I
that
will
guy
give you
there.
a collabo after you get 10 videos.
10 videos.
Because, I mean, like, that is the only secret. You put more videos and then you keep growing. That will show you how things never come easy.
I'm telling you, today only, it was just to take a rest because, I came from Uganda by the bus.
Listen at what
Me
MWANGO
too.
will tell
I
him.
came from Kenya to Uganda the same way.
Or
I went to Jinja, I went to Kampala.
Yeah.
The market,
She's not
everything,
letting
I
him
was
speak.
there.
Yeah.
Imagine.
Sir, I didn't sleep.
Imagine.
I
He traveled, he didn't sleep, he needs rest for 2 days.
Yeah.
Me, I reached there, I go on the street and create content. Same day, same time.
You see, that is MWANGO for you. She will tell you off. She will not give you a chance to speak. And we are getting used to that because at first I used to feel like, why? But then I understand.
You can do it and just keep
I understand.
going for it.
So she
Remember, if
bites
you don't show
and
up for
also
yourself, you show up for others. No otherwise. Upward.
Yeah.
Private helicopters, like Monaco and everything. But I look back, right now, I'm like, oh my God, like maybe that money, if I started this earlier, I could finish. But again, I'm like, I truly needed that experience. Because I know how it feels by flying first class.
Yeah.
Okay? Or business class, I know how it feels like flying business class, let's say. And I know how it feels like living a luxury life. I'm in a 5-star, almost 7-star resort.
Yeah.
Everything is top.
Yeah.
My view, they're just yacht and all that.
Yes.
And then I take private, helicopters ride to see the city view.
Yeah.
I know how it feels like wearing a very expensive dress of like 950 pounds. I know how it feels. So when you experience all this, you're like, okay, now enough. I know this how it feels.
Yeah.
Now I want to do something else.
And you come to the sense,
And now you come to the sense.
and you start.
now, guys, that is the legacy. The lady, the wealthy lady is telling you exactly what to do, that you can feel all sorts of life and now come relax and build the bila. But as for me, I think I've not experienced a lot in this kind of life that it's talking about, but I have a different experience I've had, and I think now it's time to hit the road. yeah, it's now time, because I've achieved these other things, it's time to hit the road and now experience those 7-star hotels and private jets and business class. And so the legacy behind the villa, of course, you've seen, and I've mentioned it. Now here, the gumboots are being given by Uncle Mo, that drama teacher here. Yeah, so if you've seen that, now let's a bit of go through Marwa. I also watched a video from Marwa, a short one for that case, because of course today I was focusing more on the villa itself, the upcoming villa, and using the MWANGO video, and then I've also done something on ROCIO already, and I'm finishing with something on Marwa, of course. And of course, the Virginia is included. Those are the people I keep watching for my reasons and all that. So, Ian Marwa here.
Pitia hapa Ken. Ken. Pitia hapa. Wewe sasa simama hapo juu. And today we have a beautiful villa.
So remember, Ian Marwa sometimes does not even eat. Like the video that had controversies the other day. He spends a whole day in the villa, does not eat. Though there's a lot of food here. I think he should begin buying and eating there. So the growing of the villa also, the legacy behind it is these people who also come to create business because they come to sell food, right?
Getting a shipping quote just got. Example text 1, 2.
Let me check for something I wanted to talk about before I go.
Oh, you come from Burundi. I plan to go to Burundi. Yeah, you told me so. You say in Burundi they are doing some construction. Yes, how are you getting it? I'm fine. Yeah. Everything okay? Everything okay. You've seen the plan of your house? Yes, I received, and also our architecture sending me.
Yeah, so guys, of course, behind this legacy is Ian Marwa, the foreman, the busy man in the village. Hey, I wonder how he manages to do all this stuff and then deprives himself food. So see here, there was a case of a young man. Of course, you saw me talking about it a little bit. A guy who has vitiligo. Now, guys, you can hear from this sentiment somebody claiming that it's not treatable.
Also have good news. Okay.
Now, Gitriba has about 37,000 shillings donated by different Kenyans towards that guy, which is a good thing. Of course, this is one of the things that we really appreciate Marwa for. Of course, I questioned why he would not allow just the family to get that money instead of Gitriba, and avoiding the naysayers and all those discussions. But it is what it is. If you don't know, forget about it.
Oh, that boy of yesterday. Yes. Oh, you can explain because they will watch. Guys. Yes. I saw him last night. Yeah. I've not read the comments, guys. There's a boy who, actually, there's a lady who wrote me saying that that disease has no cure. Something like that. He says it's called Vitigo. And also there is another guy who told me, crocodile oil.
Crocodile oil, guys.
Yeah. Crocodile oil. Yes. Oh, guys, please help that young guy. Help him. So you can explain to the camera so that the person who has said.
I didn't want to.
So let me show you guys. That. But if you put this tree, this one, on fire, 5 minutes. Easy. 5 minutes is gone. So these old trees. This is so big.
I've seen one guy who has done pool.
Yeah.
It's watering down. The water is falling.
Yeah. Now that you have a pool here, you can connect it from the top. Yeah. It's pouring here.
Yeah. From this side of the wall, like it comes like it comes like this.
And pours there, and that water circulates.
Yeah. Imagine how beautiful it is.
You can live, you can do anything in that house. You can have babies.
Yes.
No AC, nothing. It's just
with babies. Hey.
Okay.
Imagine for us, even the room that we are just sleeping.
Yeah.
or even in the kitchen where you are cooking,
Yeah.
you must have AC.
AC,
So that
because
to bring you fresh
fresh
air.
air. Huh.
Man, life is so difficult.
And you have to pay for electricity for
For
that
them,
AC
you yeah,
of Moram.
Moram.
I got wacha nizunguke mimi.
True.
Yeah.
When also they will be removing it for.
You say, okay, today we're gonna fix this hole even to start doing.
Yeah, so that is the
After
end of
2
my
years.
reaction, guys. I wanted you to give me comments, whether positive or negative. I don't have a problem with any. Whether you'll be talking about me or them, I do what I do because it is what it is. If you know about it, you understand. If you don't know about it, forget about it. So, guys, reaction is not a joke. You have to keep watching people's video every minute and listen to what they say, how they do, what they plan, how they work, and give your opinion sometimes. Give researched ideas. Sometimes get to think about the topic you'll do. But we have to journey because this is business and everybody's business. You have to be looking for techniques every day and doing it. So give me likes once you come to this channel, subscribe to my channel, and you can comment so that if I'm doing badly, I improve. If I'm doing well, then I keep up. Otherwise, bye bye, adios. See you another time in another video. Today, at least I'm grateful I've done my videos early enough. And if I come up with anything, it'll just be something maybe on social matters or political hitting matters that are hitting our country. Unfortunately, yesterday, I don't know whether you saw how people are really racing after the police. And that one, I think it will be somehow justifying the extrajudicial killings, if I'm not wrong. Because when people race like that and even step at the police, we saw what happened on Thika Road near Roysambo. We saw something just at CBD. We saw another woman who was almost overwhelmed. I was very much afraid of her life. Anyway, we've talked about the legacy of the villa, and we'll continue talking about it. Why not? Even if somebody wants us to zip, we can't zip. We will keep talking based on our perspective that day. So thank you for having watched. Bye-bye for now. Adios. Let me end this.